any issues with recording, you can let us know, but just keep your mics off and videos off for the recording purposes. So I'm first going to start with the Territorial Acknowledgement at the start of this event here at KPU. KPU takes its name from the Kwantlen First Nations, and we work, study, and live on the region south of the Fraser River, overlapping with the unceded traditional and ancestral lands of the Kwantlen, the Musqueam, Katsi, Semiahmoo, Tawasin, Quaquat, and Coquitlam peoples. We really thank them for being able to work, study, and live on their traditional territory. We'd love to hear where you're from, so please put that in the chat also. And next, I'm just going to focus on the start of the presentation in Vietnam. And also, if you don't know what the spelling of Vietnam is in Vietnamese, this is it here. So in Vietnamese language, they do have some other characters. Part of this session will include a bit of a language lesson and introduction, but here you can see the English written way of Vietnam, as well as the Vietnamese way to write Vietnam. So this is the topics that will be covered today in the presentation. We will be going over places to visit, travel tips and cultural advice, a bit of a language lesson, food and drink for Vietnam, cooking lesson on Vietnamese food, and a conclusion. So the nice thing about this event being virtual and just having your cameras off is that you can eat and enjoy your free time and do whatever you want while this is taking place. Just so you're relaxed and during that time, and then you'll get some insights if you happen to want to travel or visit or even study abroad in Vietnam one day. So I'm going to do the introductions now. So my name is Sarah Byrne. I'm originally from Vancouver Island, and I have been working here at KPU as a study abroad coordinator for the past year. I'm very excited to be helping out with these country spotlights for International Focus Week this week. We also have on the call Netanya. She's a student assistant that's been will be active in the chat and has put together an amazing work of we've got a secret recipe at the end as a takeaway with a film of Josie preparing the Vietnamese drink for everyone in that. So thank you, Netanya. Next, I'll let the presenters introduce themselves.
Hi everyone, my name is Josie Chan. You can call me Thảo, and I'm an international support assistant at KPU International. And now let's meet another presenter, Ban.
Hello everyone, I'm Ban Nguyen. I'm a third-year accounting student at KBU. I'm also a part-time student assistant helping with the Student Life and Transition team here at KBU International Department. And comes Quang Nguyen.
Hi everyone, my name is Quan. I'm currently in my second, almost third year in School of Business, Human Resource Management major. I'm also working part-time as a mentor in KPU mentorship program of KPU International.
And we're very grateful for all of them to be here to present about their home country. So for places to visit, I just put the map on here too, and I'm just going to actually ask Josie, Van, and Quan to just say one more thing. Where are you from in Vietnam?
I'm from Ho Chi Minh City.
Me too.
Me too. I'm from Ho Chi Minh City as well.
So
we all from the south of Vietnam.
So they'll in this presentation for places to visit, we'll highlight some places in the south. So I'll just put in here a little airplane of where Vietnam is. So you can see in relation, it's just below China, near to Thailand, just on the coast. And down here is Ho Chi Minh City for the south. but we also will talk about Hanoi. These are two destinations that we do have partners with for international universities in Vietnam, and we'll be focusing on those two city regions, north and south, for this presentation. So I'm going to let it go to Josie, who's going to talk a bit more about places to visit in Vietnam.
Hi, everyone. So if you want to, I will start the presentation with some destinations to visit in Hanoi. So I bet you guys all hear about Halon Bay. It's quite famous because it's a UNESCO World Heritage. Halon Bay is located 165 kilometers away from Hanoi. It takes you only around 3 hours to get there, either by bus, train, or even the taxis. Halon Bay is so famous for their beauties. It's considered like 1600 island and islet that rise up out of the water in a variety size and shape. And if you are a sport person, you can also do the kayaking. And it's absolutely an adventurous way to take in the scenery. And if you want to spoil yourself, Halon Bay has some fancy cruise options that are basically the luxury hotel on the water, and it's obviously it's a serious treat for yourself. And now I can show you guys some pictures about the beautiful Halon Bay. Yeah, you see, it's so beautiful, right? Yeah, I actually, like, if I have a chance, I would like to take all of my friends to visit Halon Bay to experience one of the beautiful sunset. For me, it's like one of the beautiful sunset I have ever seen in my life at Halon Bay. And you can choose kayaking to explore Mavila Cave at Halon Bay. It's really fun activity as well. Make sure that you have your life jacket on. And the next destination that I would like to recommend is a water puppet theater. And it's located in the heart of Hanoi, and then the ticket is around only $5 per person. Water puppet theater is a traditional art performance that appeared in the 10th century in Vietnam. Let's talk a little bit about the history. So in the past, the water puppet art were usually performed by the farmer after the harvest, because the farmer, they believe that spirits control a lot of aspects in their life, from the kitchen to the rice battlefield. That is the reason why in the past, water puppet performance is not a type of entertainment, but it's also a good way for them to practice their worship. And now I can show you guys a little bit of like the trailer for the water puppet performance.
The Tang Long Water Puppet Theatre is located in the center of Hanoi, near the ancient Hong Kim Lake.
My name is
Making water puppets dance on water dates back as far as the 11th century, when it originated in the villages of the Red River Delta area of northern Vietnam. The puppets are made out of wood, and the show is performed in a waist-deep pool. When the rice fields flooded, the villagers would entertain each other using this form of puppet play. The show has a number of short sketches rather than one long story, taking the audience on a journey of ancient village life, agricultural harvest, fire-breathing dragons dancing on water, and even a boy riding a buffalo while playing a flute. The performance is accompanied by a Vietnamese orchestra playing traditional music using drums, wooden bells, horns, bamboo flutes, and even cymbals. The live music plays as an integral part of the show, with singers often shouting words of encouragement to the puppets. The water puppet show is performed globally now, but to see the show where it originated makes it just that much better.
I've been become a puppeteer because my father is an art director of puppet and my mother is a puppeteer. So generation by generation, that's why I become a puppeteer. And I teach my son to become a puppeteer. And I hope in the future, generation by generation, and we will become a family of puppet.
It's really interesting, right? So in order to deliver the excellent performance like that, the puppeteers and the artists have been working so hard. That is the reason why if you have a chance to visit Water Puppet Theater, please show some appreciation to people that behind the show. And now let's go to the south of Vietnam. So at Ho Chi Minh City, I would like to recommend you guys to go to the World Brandman Museum. The ticket for the museum is only around two Canadian dollars. And the museum was opened in 1975 after the fall of Saigon. And the museum stored more than 20,000 of material, photograph, and artifacts on the evidence of the gold crown. And based on my personal experience, I just want to give you guys a heads up before visiting the museum. I still remember I have one Korean friend that visits me in Ho Chi Minh City, and I took her here. I took her to the World Brandman Museum. And I still remember that we both needed some time to step out of the museum to control our emotion, because some of the material displayed in the museum represent the ongoing negative impact of the war on Vietnamese people. So it's maybe a little bit overwhelming for some of us. Just be a little bit prepared before going to the World Brandman Museum. However, I would like to say it's still a really, really worth place to visit. And now the final destination that I would like to recommend you guys is the Mekong Delta. There are a lot of specialty about Mekong Delta. However, there one thing that I would like to highlight is the Mekong Delta people. They are famous for their generosity and their friendliness. You will feel extremely welcome when you visit Mekong Delta. You will feel like home. And there's a lot of fun activities at Mekong Delta that you can explore as well, including tasting exotic food or tropical fruits that you never taste in your life. I can say they are really, really delicious. Or you can also experience the floating market. At the picture here is a Gairang floating market. And put your life jacket on and explore one of the unique market in the world.
Josie, I'm just going to ask, when you said that there are some unique fruits, what are some of these fruits we're seeing here that maybe we might not be familiar with in Canada?
Have you heard about rambutan? Yeah, that's one of the fruit that you need to you try. It's really good. Personally, I love rambutan, I love durian and jackfruit. They are really delicious.
Thank you for that. So I'm sure everyone's added some more places on their list of what they'd like to visit in Vietnam. Looks so great, especially all those foods there. Next, we're going to go on to travel tips and cultural advice. Before we go on to that, I have a poll that I'm just going to launch with some questions to see your knowledge or what your best guesses are about some cultural things in Vietnam. So please just give the first answer that pops into your mind. I'm just going to do 1 minute for this poll. Okay, so the poll is out now. Just the first question is, should people remove their shoes before entering temples and houses? Yes or no? Second question, is it respectful to give and receive money with one hand? Is that a respectful way in Vietnam? What do you think? So I'll let, we've got 3 people giving answers now, and just to put your answers into the poll if you're able to. But people can't see the poll. Oh. This, I don't really know why the poll's not working for. Okay. Well, anyways, I'm sorry for that technical issue. It says that it's launched. I don't know why it hasn't launched for everybody, but if you could put your answers in the chat, just yeah, showing the travel tips, but no poll. Poll should be, I see the results here, but so maybe in the chat, what you think what might be the answers for that. What number 1, yes, or number 2, what your guess on. So I'm sorry if the chat's not working poll's not working for you exactly. I'm going to, but thanks for answering in the chat. It looks like we've got a few. I'm just going to end this and try to relaunch. Does this work for everyone? Okay. Just give a few more seconds. I see some number 1, yes, number 2, no, yeah, number 2. So good questions there. So I'm just going to end this poll, and we're going to hear now that most people have answered. Should people remove their shoes before entering temples and houses? Yes, looks like most people did answer that. And is it respectful to give and receive money with one hand? Most people did say no. I am going to then put this next slide onto Van. Van is going to share the answers. So we've got the temple here.
Yes, thank you, Sarah, and welcome you guys to some cool travel tips and cultural advices. So the answer for the first question is yes. It is important that you need to remove your shoes before entering temples, pagodas, and a person's house. It's a sign of respect and for cleanliness. In a typical Vietnamese household, we can sweep the floor many times during the day to keep it clean. So you shouldn't bring more dirt to the house with your shoes. We won't tell you to remove your shoes because this is a common practice and we expect the people to know it. So look around before you entering these places. The pictures here shows 2 popular pagodas in Vietnam, One Pillar Pagoda and Phat Hoa Pagoda. The local usually visit these places to pray for happiness, wealth, health, and even love. One fun fact, one of my friends actually got a boyfriend after visiting Phat Hoa Temple. It's funny, eh? And let's move on to the next slide.
So yeah, I'll let you go.
Sorry. So you can publish the tips. Yes. For the second tips, bargain for prices when visiting markets, but do not make the price so low that you can offend the seller. From my past experience, I usually start from around 75% of the original price and then gradually rise the price up until we meet the agreement. My mom, who is an expert in bargaining, she can start with a very low price and look at the seller facial expression to that price and then make her move accordingly. I don't recommend you do that because it requires a lot of practice. Sometimes when she doesn't get the price that she wants, she will pretend to leave and not interested in the item anymore. And then the seller will call her back to offer a lower price. I think that is very smart. And this is the picture of Ben Thanh Market, one of the iconic image of Ho Chi Minh City. You can find a lot of tourists coming here to buy souvenirs, Vietnamese art, clothes, and textiles. And the food here is amazing. Whenever I go back to Vietnam, I have to visit this market many times just for the food. And the last tip, pass and receive money item with two hands while interacting with someone who is older than you. So the answer to the second question is no. So this is a sign of respect. We were taught at very young age in kindergarten, and now it becomes my habit. Like I will feel weird if I pass the item or receive the item with just only one hand. So remember to use two hands when interacting with older people. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. And those are the 3 important travel tips that you need to know when visiting Vietnam.
Yeah, it looks like in the chat, people have said that the similar giving and receiving money with two hands is common in other Asian countries. Lily's shared in China, it's the same. I know when I was in South Korea, it was also the same. It even doesn't even matter. I don't know in Vietnam if it's for, you say in here, for older people, but maybe even for everyone giving with two hands. What do you say for that? Yeah.
Yes, I often do it with everyone.
Thank you so much, Van, for sharing those cultural tips that give everyone better respect when they go and visit Vietnam in person one day, or maybe here when interacting in a Vietnamese shop, giving with two hands in person. Next, we're going to move on to a language lesson. So try to learn a little bit of Vietnamese for this short session here. So I'll let Josie take over.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but I just want to say Vietnamese is hard to learn. However, the more you know about Vietnamese, the more interesting it may get. So similar to English, we use the same alphabet as well. However, we have 6 tone mark, including level, falling, broken, curve, rising, and drop. And with this, with the same word, if you add the tone mark, it's gonna pronounce differently, and then it's gonna have the different meanings. For example, ghost in Vietnamese is called ma. It's like M-A. However, if you add a broken, it's become a horse, and then it's gonna pronounce as ma. So ghost, ma, horse, and it ma. So it's ma. I hope you guys can tell the differences. I already tell you guys Vietnamese is hard. Yeah, so it's really hard to tell the difference if you just first time exposed to Vietnamese. And now I will show you guys some popular phrase that you should know when you travel in Vietnam.
Can we just go through that one more time a little bit slower for each
Okay.
one of them? I'll just point to them so that people might
Sure.
want to practice this while they're muted to themselves.
Okay.
So the first one?
Yeah, so the first one is the ghost, is say ma. Do you want
Ma.
to say it? Yeah, ma.
Ma.
And the following is like ma.
Ma.
This sounds like the same to me when you say it, but it's like ma.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, well, this might take me a while, but we'll just, for those may get it faster. So this is what the next one is?
Ma.
Ma. Okay, and this one?
Yeah, and then this when you put the curve, it's become ma.
Okay.
It sounds similar, right? And when you put the rising, it's become ma.
Okay.
And when you put the dot below the letter A, it's become ma.
Okay.
So I can say the six of them together.
Yeah.
Ma, 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 ma.
Thank you. I hope
Yeah.
everyone else got that. And then they can practice that for future with the tones. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Language lesson phrases.
Okay, for this one, actually, I would like to challenge Sarah Byrne because I know that you're quite talented in learning like different languages. So, okay, so we can start with the word hello. So in Vietnamese, we say xin chào.
This really helps that the phonetics are here. I know that I've gotten phrase books when I've been in other countries, and these phrase books of what it looks like in English can really help. So xin chào.
It's really good, but again, it is easy one. Let's move to difficult one.
Okay, does everyone got that? Hello means xin chào. Okay.
Yeah, xin chào. Yeah,
Xin
that's
chào.
correct. I'm really impressed.
Okay.
And when you want to say thank you, you say cảm ơn.
Okay, so thank you is cảm ơn.
Yeah, cảm ơn. Actually,
Cảm
you're really
ơn.
talented. Yeah.
And
It
do
says
you,
quite
do you
well.
bow when you say it, or?
Usually like I only bow when I say cảm ơn to people that older than me. Yeah.
Yeah. Cảm ơn, everyone. We'll remember that for the end of this presentation.
Yeah, cảm ơn.
Cảm ơn.
And if you want, if you go shopping and then you want to ask about the price, you just say bao nhiêu.
This is very important for the bargaining. I'm sure if you speak this, they'll give you better price.
Yes.
So, bao nhiêu.
This is the hard one, right? Bao nhiêu.
Bao nhiêu.
Yeah, that's correct.
Bao nhiêu.
And the last phrase at the one to show you guys like it's the one of the most popular one that all of my friends when they visit me and then they want me to teach them this phrase, too expensive. And when you say this, you need to say with this face expression, mắc quá. And when you do that, you need to shake your head. So the seller gonna know that it's too expensive and then you can afford that. So the seller may lower the price for you. So Sarah, do you want to say it after me? Mắc quá.
Mắc quá.
Yes, with that face expression. That's really good. Yeah, so remember when you go shopping, you ask for how much, and then if you think it's too expensive, and then you can say mắc quá.
Yeah, mắc quá.
Yeah.
Okay, great information and good notes for everyone to remember. And don't forget the thank you at the end, cảm ơn. Yeah. So that's the language lesson. Thank you. Little quick introduction for everyone for a bit on Vietnamese. Now on, I hope everyone's eaten a little bit already for lunch hour. Quan's going to talk about food and drink of Vietnam.
Hi everyone, so I'm gonna be your tour guide on exploring your food journey in Vietnam. And I think the best way to understand a new culture is to understand the food and what they offer to you. So in Vietnam, we have this really famous dish called bún chả Hà Nội. It's a really harmony of fat grilled pork, vermicelli noodles, fresh herb, and special dipping sauce. And to really understand, really to try to grasp all of the flavor, I would suggest you to maybe just take a little bit from each and then just try them at the same time. And it's really good. This dish really attracts a lot of people, and one of them are Mr. Barack Obama and the CNN host, Anthony Baldwin. Can you please move to the next slide, please? Thank you. So in his trip to Hanoi, they actually visit this local Bún chả Hà Nội restaurant, and it blew up. Everyone just like gather around trying to get a spot in that restaurant. And it's so funny because like the owner of that place really make a mark of that, and just wanted like to show how it helps the restaurant. And they actually like the exact table that they sit, no one can sit there, and they just make like this little cute exhibition on the next slide, as you can see on the picture over here.
Yeah, I just see in the chat that someone's been there. Great to hear.
So like I mentioned, yeah, that is that is the owner's idea, to make it a little exhibition for everyone to see, and no one could really sit there, and even like everything has not been cleaned yet. So yeah.
Hopefully it's
And
not
so-
growing mold. Yeah.
Another famous dish, it would be green papayas and beef jerky salad, a really delightful dish for hot summer day in Ho Chi Minh City. So I remember growing up eating this dish, and just a way of making myself full when my mom doesn't want to like make some food, and just yeah. So it's really a combination of fresh papayas, crunchiness from fried bread, peanut butter, and the blast of flavor from dried beef jerky. And the dipping sauce really helps to tie everything together. And one way to really enjoy it is just to mix up everything. And yeah, it is really my favorite dish to really enjoy.
So if we have time at the end, we have some other food recommendations to give people if they're going to either Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. But thank you, Quan, for recommending those ones. We're now going to move on to a cooking lesson for everyone to learn how to make a Vietnamese. And Josie is here to talk about Vietnamese coffee. Also learning a little bit about the Vietnamese coffee beans that maybe she might be able to share with people here too, and a little personal connection she has to Vietnamese coffee as well.
Okay, I would like to say that Vietnamese coffee is not only popular in Vietnam, but I can see that, and I can tell that it's also popular in other countries as well. And the Vietnamese, the quality of Vietnamese bean is really excellent. My sister-in-law, she had her own farm of coffee, and then I love it so much. However, if you not good of handling caffeine, you need to drink Vietnamese coffee slowly so your body can slowly absorb the caffeine. And this is absolutely a delicious drink that I need every day for my before starting work. And it's really easy to make, and then it takes you only 5 minutes. And here, what you will need, you need only 3 tablespoons of Vietnamese ground coffee, 1 to 3 tablespoons of sweetened condensed milk, 6 to 8 ounces water that is close to boiling point, and a Vietnamese coffee fin filter. I would like to introduce a Vietnamese coffee fin filter to you guys. So this is a unique tool that you can find in Canada, in Vancouver. You can find this one at the ADA market on the 49th Avenue. And the Vietnamese coffee fin consists of a cap, an insert, a brewing chamber, and a filter plate. And now we have a chance to make a video to demonstrate how to make a Vietnamese coffee at home. And now let's take a look. Hi everyone, my name is Josie, and today I'm gonna show you how to make an amazing Vietnamese coffee. This is really delicious, but the process to make it is really simple. It takes you only 5 minutes to make it. And then I'm gonna show you what you need for this. So you don't need a fancy special machine. You just need a simple tool like this. So first thing, you need coffee fin. So this one consists of a cap, a perforated insert, a brewing chamber, and a round perforated plate. And obviously, you need a good brand of Vietnamese coffee. I highly suggest you using this brand. It's called Trung Nguyen, and then this is one of the popular brand in Vietnam. You also need a condensed milk, and then I highly recommend this one. It's called Vitamilk. You also need a coffee mug, a little bit of ice if you prefer your coffee cold, and nearly boiling water. So now I'm gonna put 2 spoons of condensed milk into my coffee mug. And then you measure 3 tablespoons of ground coffee and put into the brewing chamber. And then you put an insert on top of the coffee, and then you measure 2 tablespoons of nearly boiling water. This is a really important process because it allows your coffee to bloom and then to give you more flavor. And then just give them 5 seconds, and then we're gonna put the rest of the water up to the top of the brewing chamber. And then we're gonna put the cap on top of the brewing chamber, and then the coffee starting to go through into your cup, and then it's gonna take less than 5 minutes. Now all the water is running out. So now the interesting thing is the cap become the plates now. In order to avoid a mess, you put the whole thing on top of the plate. The final step, you need to stir as well. I prefer iced Vietnamese coffee, so I'm gonna put some ice. Now you can enjoy your Vietnamese coffee.
Wow, thank you. So it was really great that Josie and Natanya was able to film Josie for that. And the video is on YouTube. The link is just private link for those here in attendance. And also the directions and the ingredients in a PDF recipe. It's in the chat. So I do recommend that you click on that so you have that as a takeaway for this. There are some other recipes we could talk about. Egg coffee is something, I don't know if you want to quickly speak about that, Josie?
Sorry, can you repeat the questions?
The
egg coffee?
Yeah, egg coffee.
Personally, I don't like the egg coffee. I like regular Vietnamese coffee with condensed milk or the coconut coffee.
Ooh.
Yeah, because actually the egg coffee is the special drink from Hanoi, and then I'm from the South Ho Chi Minh City, so that I'm not familiar with the egg coffee. But maybe Van or Nguyen, they love it. I don't know, but personally, I love Vietnamese coffee with condensed milk.
Right. Well, thank you for that. I'm going to talk a bit about, for those that want to go to Vietnam as part of your student journey as study abroad. And then after that, we'll stop the recording and we can have more time for questions and take off our, show our cameras. So this is just a quick talk on study abroad opportunities. And for more information, you can email us at internationalprograms@kpu.ca. In the chat, we're just going to put a link. We have study abroad spring opportunities, not at the moment for Vietnam, but we have more could come up soon, but we do have internships and extracurricular opportunities, Costa Rica, Europe, Australia, opportunities for spring coming up, and the link is in the chat. Deadline is November 24th. And just noting in here, in-person study abroad options, we've made a decision that they're open for fall 2022. That is contingent also on Government of Canada regulations that may come up due to COVID. We have been closed for COVID reasons and safety, but our plan is to open up for fall 2022. If you do have questions and want to learn more, you can check out the website and really do email us. Either myself or my coworker Daria will be able to answer some of those questions. For opportunities of study abroad, there are virtual opportunities, field schools, exchange. I put in here Hanoi University of Industry we have our partners with, as well as Ho Chi Minh University with RMT through Australia. We're partners through them, so there's connections there to Vietnam that we have with our universities. So that's it for now. I just want to review that on Friday we have the country spotlight for Germany, 12 to 1. We recommend everyone join us for that. Airport Lounge, Thursday layover, event details. We've got it in the chat there too. These links, they're all in the chat. Please click on them and save them so you can look at them with more time after this presentation. And there's our email there also if you have more questions for KPU Study Abroad. So I'm going